Hello, and welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. It is April morning, and we have some stuff to do today. First thing we should probably do is check the contract, see if there's anything decent. Nothing super high value. Probably this weeding one is the closest. So we'll wait a little bit, see if we get some new contracts spawning in that are a little bit better. If not, maybe we'll just take that and take what we can get. Let's take a quick look at our fields. So everything except the rice has been planted, and I believe I have to plant the rice today. Yeah, we're gonna plant the rice today. The rice is not, okay, no, it is. It's got one stage of fertilization on there. Oh, let me throw everything else back on here. And of course, let me just take these all back off and see if we have any weeds anywhere. Hold on, are these weeds? Alright, looks like we have a little bit of weeds on field 29 and 33. That's so interesting. Do we have any on one? No, none. The field I need the weeds to grow on, it's not growing. Alright, so we'll start off with weeding those two real quick, because that'll take like a minute or two at most. Then we'll start planting our rice paddies, and then I'm not really sure what else we need to do in May. I'm sorry, in April. We might have to advance to May if there's nothing else to do. Let me check the greenhouses. Greenhouses are good. We might give them a little bit of water, or well, either this month or the next one. Sawmills are doing good still. We could probably drag some trees up in the next month as well. I think our first harvesting month is going to be June. Yeah, it looks like barley is in June. I think we planted barley, so that might be what we need to do. Yeah, we got 3 fields in June to do. Cool. All right, let's start weeding a little bit. As soon as I find out what I did with my tractor. Well, when all else fails, start tabbing. I'll find it. Oh, here it is. Definitely could not see it here. Okay. I think I parked it there because I was using the Valtra in the last episode, as well as all the other contract tractors. Oh, that does remind me, I finally tracked down where all those miscellaneous payments were. So in January, it was for lime. In February, it was for lime. In March, where it was like that $10,000 miscellaneous payment, it was for lime and the seeds that I bought from that silo there. I didn't realize that lime would be categorized as miscellaneous and didn't have its own things like the seed does. But I think whenever I buy from the silo, it's always going to be miscellaneous. Let's see where they're at. Well, I don't really see any weeds here, but whatever. We'll grab them real quick. For some strange reason, I'm only getting weeds growing before I plant. Can't figure it out. When we're all done with this, we'll go ahead and start planting the rice. I'll probably plant one field and then either have a worker do the rest, because that's going to take some time, and maybe while that's happening I'll stack some pallets and take a look at how many wood pallets we have and see if it's time to sell them. Awesome. Well, that's done pretty quick. Oh, I gotta start flooding the paddies before I can even plant. I should have done that first. Oops. See, so it happens. It's been a while. A couple pallets here. We have a pallet of long planks in there as well, and another half of wood beams and long planks being processed. I'll plug that one as well. Faster than running around. Alright, while we're waiting for those to flow, I'm gonna go ahead and put the hoe back. and stack some pallets real quick. I'll do this on a time lapse. It'll be pretty quick, time lapse anyway. There's not a lot of them. So I'll see you in a little bit. Went ahead and I stacked the pallets. I even went ahead and I moved the pallets for the rice saplings a little bit closer to the field. And it looks like all of the paddies are flooded, so it's time to get planting. I'm finally getting used to driving that little forklift with the third wheel on the back. Not that I'm any good at it, but it is getting a little bit easier. We do not have any fertilizer in here, and I definitely need to fill that up. So I guess it's time to go and overpay my little silo here. The only other option I have for the silo is to either get to 30% off, which is still way over the current market price, or get a free one. Now I don't want to do a free one. I don't even mind if it's a little bit over, market price, but it is still convenient. So I guess I'm just gonna have to overpay. So 250 liters cost us $839. Let's see what the actual market rate is there. So fertilizer, we'll go for a big bag. So it's $2,000 for basically 1,000 liters. So I'm paying double, I guess is what it is. Not exactly sure what's going on here. Maybe my tedder is that a tedder or is that a windrow? Maybe that's in the road a little bit, but it's not. Oh well, I'll have to figure that out some other time. I am going to be doing this in a time lapse, obviously. So I'll see you in a little bit. back. I went ahead and I planted the first 2 rice paddies, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a worker. And while we're waiting for that to happen, what I would like to do now is probably go pull a little bit of wood into the wood with the sawmills. I'll head up to the sawmill and grab the winch. I might try to pull one tree in there, maybe one of the smaller ones. Whoa, here we go. I cut that corner too aggressively, and then I almost always hop out into the opposite lane. But I would like to continue clearing this path here of trees, or at least a staging area, I should say. This path will slowly get cleared of trees, and then when it gets completely cleared, we'll turn it into a massive tree farm. Let's check out the pallets here. It doesn't look too bad. I do want to maybe in let's see, it's April right now, so after we advance to May. Actually, before I do anything, let me double check something. Alright, let's check the prices really quick. So wood beams is in July. May would be the lowest, which is only $300, you know, $300 less. So that's not too bad. I don't actually feel bad about that. Oh, you know what? Just in case it does crash out, let's do a quick save. Never had a problem with it, but now that it's been mentioned, I might as well be, you know, be cautious and do a quick save and then be done with it. Alright, we're gonna look for one of the smaller trees to drag into the sawmill down by the farm. Or better yet, if there's a tree cut over there, why don't I do that? I still want to continue clearing out this hillside here. I don't think this will be a good place for goats, but I still would like to be able to get some goats as our first animals here. I think the fact that all it takes is grass to keep them going is perfect for us. It's low maintenance. Goat milk is worth a lot of money. If we want to go down to a dairy production chain and make goat cheese or something like that, that would be good too. Damage my crop a little bit. Be a little more cautious. What I might have to do is, let's see if this can go in here. Perfect. Let's see how much more I can take. Does that actually count as anything? Some of these trees have like no mass to them. They don't really count for anything. Quite annoying. That's alright. Make a couple more runs. Maybe I'll bring a couple. I'm just trying not to make too big of a mess up there. Gotta reload the rice planting machine real quick. Earlier when I was on the other paddy, for some reason it wouldn't refill it completely. Like this, where it takes the entire pallet. It did like a weird 1% refill, and then it won't allow you to refill the rest until it's done, which is really annoying. Mostly because I don't want partial pallets anymore. I just want them, you know, finished and done with. See if he starts off from here. Or she. Cool. That would work. Alright, let's see if we can link this one here as well. Oh, come on. It was in range. This was light enough to pick up anyway. Let's see if this will fill up the little sawmill. What I might need to do is, as I was trying to say earlier, is once this little field here is harvested, I might need to pull all these down and just drag them up to the bigger sawmill. That can obviously burn through the wood pretty quickly. And then clear that and then see what I can build up there. My hope was up on this little cliff area that I can build a goat farm, but when I tried it out on a different game save, the answer was no. There's just not enough room up there to really do it. Let's see if I can push this in there. There we go. Man, still almost nothing. Feeling kind of bad. I meant for this to be a quick, you know, run 1 or 2 trees in there and be done, but now I've run in how many? 3, 4? Well, this will be the last one anyway. I don't know why they're falling around when that happens, which is interesting because, you know, like, they're big trees. They shouldn't be moving because I want to attach a cable to them. Hopefully that brings us a little bit closer. 12,500 is fine. That's not bad. Here we are. We had a game crash, went ahead and reloaded. Thank goodness I saved just a little bit ago. Quickly pulled back the trees back into the other smaller sawmill. Reattached these two, and here we are. Like it never happened. But with the justification that I'm glad I saved the game. I am not sure if the winch is what's causing the game to crash, but I've only seen it happen so far with the winch, so maybe after the update something isn't quite right. I've noticed that the trees bounce around a lot when you're trying to tie them off with the winch, so maybe something in hitboxes or something like that got altered or hasn't been adjusted yet. Well, I was going to say this mod, but this is actually part of the base game. I'm sure at some point it'll get fixed. These trees look like they're heavy enough that my little tractor here is really struggling to bring them up here. On the plus side, that's probably a ton of wood then, so maybe I don't have to run too many more trees up here. I was trying to do something so I wouldn't have to do another time lapse, but if I have to run a ton of trees up here, then it's better to do it as a time lapse anyway. And that is 50,000. That's awesome. That's what I mean. If you can get a decent sized tree, it's so quick to fill up these sawmills. The only bummer is when you have to do a bunch of little trees, and it's just non-stop. That takes a while. Let's see the prices for regular planks. Let's see how they're looking. All right, regular planks are in June, so they're going up. We'll hold off on them until well, probably June. Why not? Long planks are right now. That's awesome. We shall go and make some extra money with that. And the wood beams are in July. Well, actually, let's go back to long planks real quick. In May, they drop down significantly. Well, when I mean significantly, I don't really mean all that much because it's $100 difference between the highest and the lowest. So that's fine. What I'll do then is I will wait for the rice paddies to get planted, and then we'll advance to May. While we're waiting for that, let's double check, make sure nothing else is needing to get done. A little bit of water in the greenhouses wouldn't be a bad idea. Grain mill is still cranking on corn. Preserved food factory still has spinach. I think I have a little bit more spinach left up in my silo as well. Another 5K almost. It's not bad. And now the contracts have kind of changed a little bit, so there's some new ones in there, some better, more profitable ones, really. Holy crap. Yeah, but see, I'm going to advance. If I didn't have to advance, if I had stuff to do, I would totally do this contract. But by the time everything's done, because we're so close to finishing up the planting for the rice paddies, there's no point picking up the contract. So we'll run out of time. So what I'll do really quick is I'm going to drop off the front loader. So the reason I'm taking the rear weight and the front loader off is I don't seem to be using it too often for that, so I might as well just kind of have it as a little farm tractor. This is not a very powerful tractor, it's not very fast, it doesn't handle very well, but for odd jobs like just around the farm, I think it's perfect for that. And there's no reason, forgot that I filled it up beforehand. There's no reason not to use it for simple things like this. Even when I get my new Valtra tractor pretty soon, I'm not going to get rid of any of my current tractors. I'm just going to keep them. It's always nice to have some extra tractors around the farm that I can do some work with. Now, one of the things I did do, and I don't know if I'm going to really do it or not, I did download a mod for a new water barrel, which is, I think, a little bit lower. This water barrel here will hold 18,000 liters up to 1 million. But it's not very expensive. It's only 29,000, and I don't need to use it at the unrealistic level of 1 million, though obviously that's always kind of nice. Even that 18,000 liters is huge because I don't have to make so many round trips. And mine currently holds almost 6,000. I'm sorry. No. Yeah, 6,000 liters. So I might, go and sell that one and buy a new one. Because that way I just won't have to constantly make these non-stop back and forth trips filling up with water just so I can fill these up. Oh, that's cool. That didn't take too long. While that's happening, let's refill our rice paddy machine, our rice paddy planting machine, or our rice sapling planter. There we go. There's the proper terminology. This is just about done. I don't know if you can hear the bees. Oh, you can see the bees flying around. That's kind of cool as they're leaving their hive. Unfortunately, I don't really have anything planted for them to take advantage of. Bees are most useful if you're planting crops for oil. Canola and sunflower. Oh wow, this is the end of it, huh? So why don't I just go ahead and put it on there. We'll go back, finish watering, and then we can advance the day. I was tempted to run to the store real quick and sell this and buy the new water barrel just to make everything easier on myself. But we'll do that another time. I didn't realize we were so close to finishing the planting. Let's ease up here a little bit to where I can refill and dump water simultaneously so that the mushroom greenhouse is filled. There used to be a mod in Farming Simulator 22 that you could install, and it would automatically stack pallets for you, up to 3. I really wish that whoever developed that mod would bring it up for Farming Simulator 25 as well. It's just a phenomenal mod. I mean, you can just let it sit there, stack up to 3 once everything's filled up. You're ready to go and quickly load up those pallets onto, a trailer and sell them. I mean, the hardest part of all these pallets is the fact that it takes time for me to stack them. If they were already pre-stacked, it would just be a matter of loading and selling and, moving on for the day, which I think is awesome. Super convenient. And I find most of the mods that really gravitate towards are the ones that are, quality of life, the super convenient ones. Sometimes I'll go for something just because it's cool, and I'm like, oh man, this one looks cooler than all the rest. I gotta have it. Is that done already? Alright, let's check everything really fast. Water's good, water's good. Water is good. Water is good. Alright, we will go ahead and park this, and then by then our planter should be done as well. Alright, we'll leave the tractor on here for a while. Alright, I decided not to do anything, so we'll just finish it. That was cool. I'm glad he sat there and charged me for it, though. It just... whenever the AI workers do that kind of stuff, it drives me just a little nuts. They'll sit there and they'll back up into something and just sit there for, 15-20 minutes going, hey, easy job. Engine is running. I'm billing. Looks like everything is planted. Nothing was missed. Let's go park this and advance to May. I think the only thing I'll do in May is I'll load the pallets of wood. I'll sell the pallets of wood. And then I think that'll be enough for the episode. Rice is planted. There's nothing else I can do. I've weeded a small amount of weeds I've gotten, which still makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. All right, let's head over to the house and advance. Oh, you know, one of the things I did notice, or I remembered, I should have a corn header somewhere over here. Yep, here it is on the combine. I was wondering if the corn header from this combine will work on the new combine I want to get, so that way I can use it until I can afford to get the big one. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. I'll leave the corn header behind, and I'll sell it later once I'm ready to upgrade it to a much larger one. It is raining today. I did realize I never actually took a look at any of the sales last month, but there's really nothing here I would have wanted to see. That's the only thing that's interesting, but I think this is a medium tractor. Hello, rain. That's alright, all I'm gonna do is load some wood up. Oh, we have some more spawns, obviously. Alright, what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna hop into the forklift and I'm gonna head over to the sawmill, and then I'll do a jump cut so you'll see me where I'm at the sawmill. So I'll see you all in just a little bit. We are over at the sawmill. While I was down there realizing that I might as well just stack all the pallets before I drove up, so I went ahead and stacked them off screen real quick, then took the long drive up here and then grabbed a couple contracts to do in the background. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this on a time lapse, so I'll see you when we're done. Alright, I have pretty much finished loading all the pallets here except for the regular pallets. I'm going to do another quick jump cut as I head down to the farm, load up the rest of the ones. Alright, here we are. The last thing left to do is drive this over to the temple and sell it. So we'll do another quick time lapse, and I'll see you guys when we get there. almost to the temple. This fog is so thick that it's actually really difficult to see ahead. I think we're almost there. I don't know what it's going to look like with YouTube compression or not, but it is genuinely difficult to see. There we go. I almost tipped over earlier if you saw it going around that bend. No, don't tip. There we go. Another close call. Alright, let's see how much we make. 195,000. That is awesome. I think we'll end the episode here. Well, let's take a quick look at our finances for the month of April. We did not buy anything. We spent $262 on property maintenance, $368 on production costs. We sold products for $435. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. Oh, that's probably the rice saplings. Awesome. Wage payment of $180. Miscellaneous payments, that was the fertilizer. See, now that I know what it is, at least I know where it's going. Oh, actually before this is for May anyway. I forgot we completed 2 contracts, so we'll go ahead and turn them in and make some money there. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.